All right, Owen, please explain what you're going to be doing here.
I'm going to be baking some bread. So I've got the dough here in this pot, and then what's nice is I can just slip it right into this thing here. So what this is it's like a little sleeve that has our diode chains attached to the bottom, meant to be hooked up to a 100-watt solar panel. And so those diodes will emit heat, heat it up, and it gets really good thermal conductivity with this pot. It fits in real snug. And we've got this thermostat here attached, so it'll switch off if it gets too hot and we're risking frying the diodes. And yeah, we'll just have this pot buried deep inside the bucket where it's nice and insulated, and we should have our bread baked.
My research group began developing insulated solar electric cooking in 2015, where you just take a solar panel and you connect it directly to a heater and heat your food inside of an insulated chamber. And this is really great because solar energy is the cheapest way to generate electricity right now, and it's getting cheaper, and we can cook without emissions and without deforestation. Oh, and why didn't you just put the diode heaters on the pot itself with the bread in it? Why do you need that sleeve?
People don't like to cook on a pot that has a bunch of wires hanging off of it.
Oh,
so
I imagine that makes cleaning easier too.
It makes cleaning way easier because you don't have to worry about water shorting anything or damaging any electronics. It's nice and clean.
How about that tube sticking out the top? What's that for?
Well, for cooking many different things, there's water vapor being emitted out of it, and so this gives a path for the water vapor to escape so that we don't end up with a bit of a soup or too much water condensing.
Okay, so there it is, all nestled in the insulation, right? And so how do we keep it warm?
We insulate it a little more with this blanket. We want to make sure our tube is still exposed so that water can escape.
Oh, and 2 hours later, what's going on?
Well, hopefully the dough has risen a bit. It smells really good right now, so we're going to check it out.
What's the temperature been?
So we've been keeping it at 40 Celsius on the thermostat, and the logger here has confirmed that it stayed right in that range and where the yeast wouldn't die, and it's looking good. It's risen considerably since we put it in, and so now I think we're ready to crank it up and bake it now.
Let's do it. All right, so it's been 55 minutes, and we can see all the steam pouring out the little port here, and the temperature of the diode is 210, and the temperature of the bottom pot is 163 Celsius, and we can see the steam coming out of the port here that we put so that we would not get condensation on the inside of the ISEC. So Owen, it's been about an hour and 20 minutes, and the temperature went up to how high?
178 was the highest
178 Celsius.
temperature for the pot that we saw.
Okay, so let's take a look. It does not look like it browned.
No, it doesn't. It looks like there was dripping on it, maybe.
We should turn it off now, right?
Yes.
Still pretty doughy.
Still pretty doughy.
Yeah.
Probably would want to cook it for a little longer.
Yeah, at a higher temperature.
At a slightly higher temperature would
All right,
work.
well, okay, so maybe we gotta make some improvements.
Yep.
All right, excellent.
Sweet.
There you go.
So, it looks like certain parts are okay. I'm going to rip into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, that looks good there.
Yeah. All right, let's get the hummus out and give it a try. The bottom is definitely done. Okay, so it's heated from the bottom.
Yeah.
I like it. It's good.
Good stuff.
So when we put our fingers down here, slide it in, and see they come out wet. So a good portion of the water vapor did come out this tube, but this the silicone rubber seal was less than perfect, and that's something for us to work on. In
All right.
conclusion,
It tastes good. Check that out. Look at that. It looks pretty good. It could have been cooked a little more. The crust, there isn't a solid crust on it, but other than that, it went pretty well.
okay, maybe we
Yeah.
refine some details, but by and large, it's all right.
Yeah.